Good afternoon from the Oval in South London, where the first findings of the long-awaited Post Office inquiry have just been published. The inquiry has concluded that at least 13 sub-postmasters may have taken their own lives after being accused of wrongdoing, based on evidence from the faulty Horizon IT system. The findings add that another 59 people also considered killing themselves. The report also accuses senior Post Office staff of maintaining the fiction that Horizon data was accurate, despite evidence that it just wasn't. And the chair of the inquiry, Sir Win Williams, is now calling for urgent action to be taken to ensure that all victims receive full and fair compensation. Joining me now is our correspondent Adele Robinson. Adele, tell us more about these top lines that are coming out of Win Williams' first report.
Well, you mentioned a few of them there. We know that this long-awaited report has been looking at the human impact of the scandal and also into redress. And I think what it does, first and foremost, is, as he says in his report, he's putting those victims at the heart of this first report from the statutory public inquiry. And it lays bare, really, the devastating impact and the personal toll that it took on thousands of victims, actually, not just those who were wrongly convicted, but the thousands more who were bankrupted, who were forced to pay these financial shortfalls, who were shamed, the impact on their families. And he is really talking alongside that about redress, about the slow motion action of governments, I should say. This crosses a number of governments, the Post Office, when it comes to these redress schemes. You mentioned there about that rather stark figure of at least 13 sub-postmasters believed to have taken their life as a result of the scandal. The details in this report, they're hard to read, and also 59 further people told Sir Win Williams that they had contemplated ending their own lives. As well as all that, and there's a lot of technical detail in these 160 pages that we're still going through, there is a flavour of where Sir Win Williams is headed. He talks about, we didn't think necessarily that we would hear about who knew what and when and who should be held accountable. He doesn't go that far, but he does say a few stark things, such as the Post Office and Fujitsu knew early on that the Horizon system was flawed. He states that, I think it was before even rollout, he said that Fujitsu knew. Pretty damning comments. We heard a lot of this throughout the inquiry, in the evidence that was given, but this is the first time that Sir Win Williams has made a conclusion almost like that. It's not an official conclusion, it's a statement in this official report. So that will be something that I think the victims, who are many of them, at least 60 here today, will be happy with, that kind of recognition that they knew it wasn't their fault, but to have it in writing is really important. With regards to the redress schemes, he talks about, and some of the victims have said that how has it taken this long, but he talks about, Sir Win Williams, there being an agreement publicly between the Post Office and the government to agree what the definition of full and fair redress is. Victims saying, well, that should have been agreed years ago, but it sounds like it hasn't, because it can be a quite personal, what you might think is full and fair redress, fair or fair. I might have a different view. So he wants them to come together to deliver some kind of public agreement so that everyone is on the same page. He goes a bit further than that, though. He also says that they can go beyond the legal constraints. It's almost as if he's saying, use common sense. And also, he states that this full and fair redress should be as if it's being decided in a court by a judge at the top end.